I actually have no idea what to put for this. I just needed an intro. You know, when I first saw this, I had a good assumption of what the comments were gonna look like, and I guess I assumed wrong because it was actually everything but what I was thinking. I felt like I was scrolling down for some time just to find anything about Sector and Cyrax, and the first thing I saw was about them looking like Bionicles. That's what you had to say. When they were introducing the brand new timeline, I already knew they were going to take this as the opportunity to mess things up. Because it's a new universe, you can't say anything. And I was making jokes about them race and gender swapping characters. I didn't think they were going to actually do it. It's like they find a new low, and then they try to one-up it.
Just me. But I have seen people not happy with the gender swap. But then again, you can't really see them. They're in the suit, so it's like, I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah, a woman's suit. You can instantly tell these are women by glancing at them. Look at their build. Are we not looking at the same characters?
It's a smart way to introduce more female characters to the game.
No. I feel like they shot themselves in the foot by doing that. Just put fucking characters that are already female in the game. And the gender swap makes no sense either because in Sub-Zero's arcade ending, Sector's a dude.
Because if we saw Compact 1, there was not a single female character. Compact 2, we got 2. Now, is it the 2 that we were expecting? No. But at least we got 2. That's already 2 times more than Compact 1.
I don't know why it matters if there's women in there or not. If they're fan favorites, then okay, sure. But to have women in a DLC pack just for the sake of having women, it's just silly to me.
Now, I already know some of you guys are going to be typing in the comments, Cage, what happened if they made Johnny Cage a female? Well, Janet Cage is in the game, and I'm not mad about it, all right?
This is not the same thing at all. Janet Cage is only a support character, while Johnny Cage is in the base roster as Johnny Cage. It's not a good comparison at all.
So, and they also made Cassie Cage, which is pretty much a Johnny Cage female version.
That's his kid, though. And Johnny Cage is still in the roster as Johnny Cage, so this is not a good argument at all. Honest thoughts, though, I was only excited about 2 characters out of the entire DLC. Ghostface and Noob. People are saying he looks like an energy drink, and honestly, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Everyone else I just didn't care about. It's just, I was excited when I looked at the leaks because I thought we were getting Deathstroke and Harley Quinn, and then when the trailer finally comes out, we end up with this. Super meh. So for the story expansion, you're playing as Sector and Cyrax, Tanya and Rain, and Noob. I mean, on paper that doesn't sound bad, until you actually know what you're getting. Female versions of Sector and Cyrax, Tanya and Rain from a timeline that's not even Liu Kang's. Actually, why is Rain still a water wizard? But yeah, and then you're playing as a non-corrupted version of Noob Saibot. He's corrupted for a very short time, until he loses to Tanya. What I really think happened was that they fucking jumped him, but since it was Tanya's chapter, it seemed like she was the one that beat him. Noob's chapter and the wedding crashing was the only thing I thought that was alright. The rest I just didn't care for. I might as well just give some thoughts on the main story. It was a bit underwhelming, but that could have just been me expecting too much. With the whole new timeline, I was expecting them to go a lot more deeper into the characters. We never got to see human form Baraka. And with Smoke, when I read his bio, I was expecting like a flashback or something. Dude was barely in the story, but at least he did get one of the best moments. But it turned out that it was some sort of test that everyone was in on, so that moment just felt like a lie. The story was okay, I was just expecting more. The story is its own thing for a while, and then it just turns into a straight up Mortal Kombat 11 sequel, and they go the whole MCU multiverse route, and it's just a complete turnoff. It felt like they took what they had and then just threw it on the ground and shift their focus on something completely different. So they were making a Combat Pack 3 with another story expansion, and allegedly it's all getting scrapped due to that DLC not selling well.
An insider who's been verified and is basically never wrong about this kind of stuff.
It's funny because this game was supposed to be supported for the longest time, and then it ended up having the shortest lifespan out of all of them. Man, I'm glad they pulled the plug on this game. That shit was expensive as fuck. DLC 1 was expensive as hell. DLC 2 with the story expansion, that was almost as much as the game itself. And you're telling me they were planning on doing that again? They were also charging $5 to $10 a costume. And then they peer pressured you by making it limited time only. It would probably be for the best if they pulled the plug on this game. I mean, I don't really care because I haven't played this game in months. I only came back to it to play the story expansion, and I didn't even think it was that good. It was a fun game, it just got crippled by everything else. I am pretty convinced that this game was written by a bunch of faggots.
I am glad you and the Empress found each other.
Are you the reason we're together? The bond I share with your daughter.
A lot of the interactions are either them trying to be funny, them being nice to each other, or just someone spilling tea on who's dating who. There's quite a bit of relationships in this game. I'm not into the whole Mortal Kombat high school vibe that's going on here. A lot of people may disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine, but that's just what I'm getting from this. Thoughts on the roster? It was pretty solid, despite the fact that it felt like you were playing as a bunch of imposters. I guess that is like the whole point of the game, is to experience the characters in a way you've never experienced them before. I respect the risk, but I feel like they should just put this game behind them and move on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and until next time. The amount of times my brain told me to say bestiality instead. Oh my god.